What's up everyone, my name is Ryan, and in this video I want to help everyone make some sound financial decisions by properly applying technical indicators and concepts to their stock analysis. Today, I want to take a look at the stock of Canopy Growth Company. Its ticker symbol, CGC. Canopy has been decimated along with much of the cannabis industry over the last year to year and a half. But today, it bounced almost 10%. Is this an inbound rebound for the stock and sector? After we take some time to properly analyze the stock and use those technical indicators that we know, it should provide a general idea and direction of where we can expect the stock price to be headed. But before we get right into the stock analysis, please like for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content so I can continue making it for you in the future. Let's get right into the stock analysis and see what we can find. Taking a look first at the 1 week chart for Canopy Growth Corporation, we can see it hit its all-time high here at $59 before proceeding to head all the way down to single digits. This was at the peak of the coronavirus where it hit $9. Since then, it's kind of been in an accumulation phase potentially, where institutional investors perhaps could be slowly acquiring large positions in the stock for an uptrend. This is one thing to consider, as this is kind of a sideways movement that would indicate that. In addition, we can see that the stochastic indicator is headed down. It's in the oversold area right now, even after its massive move up today of 10%. So potentially this could still be a good opportunity to add or create a stock position in Canopy. Next, taking a closer look at the 1 day chart for Canopy, you can see I mapped out some key levels of support and resistance that we've seen historically. Let's take a look first at the support lines. The first one here is at $13.86. The next one at $14.50. Next, looking at some of the resistance lines, we have the first one pretty much at $16. The next, $17.10. And then we have another one here at 18.5. We have an additional ones above that, but I think it'll take a pretty big price movement to actually hit those. But I'll just go ahead and name them right here as 19.5, $22, and pretty much the last yearly high, 52-week high is at 25.95 prior to the coronavirus. As you can see, the stochastic indicator on the shorter term time frame is actually headed up due to the last couple days price movement. So potentially it's still in the neutral area, but it is headed up. So potentially we still have some room to go. So potentially this could still end up heading up to the overbought area before returning down. The next thing we can look at is the moving averages that are coming down and will play a resistance to the stock price soon. You can see the longer term moving average is the darker purple line. This will become pretty much a resistance for the stock price in the next couple days, depending on the price movement. And that'll be another point to consider going forward. Next, let's use some technical indicators and the Fibonacci extension tool that we have to see if there's any other lines of support and resistance that we didn't map out. After placing the Fibonacci regression at the swing high position right before the coronavirus and the swing low position at this $9 at the peak of the coronavirus, or the maximum downtrend that we saw, it propagated these lines of support and resistance. And this is what's really interesting, that we have two lines that are pretty much dead even that we saw. $22 and 19.5 we marked with resistance and support lines, and they actually get propagated right at those levels, which is interesting and kind of a verification that these tools do work, because you can see it here that it actually propagates on those same levels. So this verifies that these levels are resistances headed forward. In addition, we do have some more resistances that we didn't see here at 59.64, which is resistance that we're pretty much interested in now, because right now the stock price is at 15.53, and so it will be the first resistance that we are headed towards if the stock price will either bounce above that or get rejected off of it. Next, we also have another one a little far away at 17.63, but not so far that it's out of the ballpark range of where we can expect the stock price to go. Next, let's take a look at the Fibonacci time ratios to see when we can expect some new developments to occur. Next, you can see that I propagated two Fibonacci time series. The first with the swing high position here at the 25.97 and the swing low position here at 9. It propagated some lines with the key point being that it actually propagated this 10.6, which is yesterday, to actually have that move of 10% that we saw. So we should have noticed this if we analyze the stock correctly. In addition, we saw some other key movements that we could have analyzed here too. In April, we saw this movement all the way down, and it actually predicted that right before that movement. But the most recent one I used here at 19.63 as a swing high, and then the swing low here at $16. It propagated the one next date to be 10/22. So potentially at this date, we might see some interesting occurrences happening. So we'll have to look out for October 22nd as the next date that we could potentially see some interesting price action. To sum things up, I think potentially Canopy growth could be a potential bargain at its current evaluations. With a different political environment that supports cannabis more, this could impact the stock price to evaluations that we saw two summers ago. So potentially this could be a very good opportunity to add or create a position here for the very long term. If you're not really looking for a very long-term investment, I think still adding to a position or creating one while it's below 17, I would feel very comfortable in, considering that it's traded in the $17 region pretty much for the last 3 or 4 months, pretty consistently, with dips below there. So potentially, if you buy now, you could always sell at 17, and even if it dipped back below that, I would still feel fairly confident that it would return to at least the $17 level. Let me know if you have any input and what you think about Canopy's stock price and the news surrounding the company going forward, and leave them down in the comments below, and I'll reply to you. If you currently have a position or you're looking to add, also let me know, and good luck. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this kind of content, please like and subscribe so we can continue making it for you guys. If you have a question or want me to take a look at a specific stock, please leave it in the comments below.